Are you considering using WP Rocket to speed up your WordPress website? Awesome. I just did it and I'm going to show you on my WordPress site the before and after. Now I've got a blog with a lot of articles on it, a lot of images, and I've done almost no speed work. I'll show you first the page speed insights report testing that I got originally, and then I'll show you the before and after as I enabled and which settings I enabled on my WP Rocket account. So let me go to the page speed insights report. So you can see here, I ran it for my blog for both mobile and desktop and had a pretty low score across the board. So you can see, I'll just go down so you can see this largest content paint, cumulative layout shift, all of this. So I'll scroll down here specifically to performance. And again, we're on mobile. So you can see beforehand, really long time for first content paint, super long time for largest content paint, blocking time, cumulative layout shift, and speed index. And then you can see the numbers for desktop as well. So now let me show you what I enabled in WP Rocket and the impact that it had. So first, dashboard, once you install it, it's going to enable certain characteristics on its own, right, to help with web performance. I can show you once by default. When I did that, here was the page speed insights test I did after that. So you can see mobile performance went from 11 to 23 just with the default. So that's before I touched anything else. And then you can see it went from, again, on mobile 5.6, 3.3, 4.4, 12.1. So you see actually largest content paint had a pretty big impact, mobile to mobile. 7.4 seconds, speed index, 7 seconds. Cumulative layout shift is because of Google AdSense. So I'll show you what I did and didn't touch there related to the JavaScript. And then time blocking actually didn't look like it made any difference there at all. So that was just from the default. And then what I did next, went into file optimization, optimize the CSS delivery, minify the JavaScript files. Again, I didn't want to mess too much with the AdSense inserter, so I didn't touch the other parts. Media, lazy load, so I just enabled lazy load for images. I didn't do it for the CSS. I probably could. It may be something I look at afterwards. Active preloading for the cache, preload links. I didn't touch any or exclude any URLs. Didn't mess with the advanced rules. So whatever was default there, I left. In terms of the database, barely did anything, just spam and trash comments. Didn't want to mess with my posts. I didn't want it doing that or the trash posts because, again, this is a blog. So those are as is. I did not enable their CDN. You can see it's actually an upsell here for $8 a month if you want to work off their CDN. So that I did not do. Didn't do anything with this heartbeat piece. But I did go in here and just see where to find it. So that was all of the changes that I had there. Before I show you the next thing, so then the result after that was over here, and it went to 26. So after those changes went from 23 to 26. Let me just make sure. Oh, that's showing. That's going to be right here. 35 on this, because then I checked a different page. That other one was a specific blog page. So it did have a pretty big impact. You can see the large content paint all started to come down. So you can see the numbers here, and I'll show you the final numbers in just a sec. But just to go back to this, so the next thing that I did, I feel like this was one of the most important things. It prompted me to install their image tool. So let me just find that Imagify. And so if I go to Imagify, which is again another paid version here, I did include Imagify, and then it updated all of my images. It optimized them for newer web formats. So once I did that, it ran through all of my images. It actually took quite a while. I had a lot of images on there. So if you have a lot of images, I think it took hours. So just expect that to happen, and it is an add-on fee. But then once I did that, I can show you kind of the final results. That's all the optimizations I did using it. And so when I started mobile performance, I was at 11. Mobile performance afterwards, I was at 40. So still some ways to go. But I went from first content paint was 5.6 seconds to 1.5 seconds, large 3.4 seconds. Now it was at 12.1, speed index 7.4 seconds. Now it's at 6.3. Let me show you desktop to desktop. So first content paint 0.4 seconds, 0.8 seconds to point, so half, 4.9 seconds to 3.9. Total blocking time, seven. Well, let's jump to speed index desktop, 3 seconds. And then before it was 4.1 seconds. So overall, it did speed up the site. And those were the results I get, but I did also add on Imagify to get it to work. I hope this helped. If you like this video, check out my other ones. Hit like and subscribe for more great tips on different things you might be doing to optimize and market your small business. Catch you in the next video.